All right, microphone check. Good afternoon, world. We are about to get started. We'd like to thank everybody and welcome everybody to the What's New with JCrew pod, in which we talk about all things autism and developmental disabilities. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Our mission is really simple. We just provide a space to create community collaborators to support families who loved ones are on the spectrum. Wow. We also like to develop meaningful dialogues to obtain awareness and information around the areas of autism and other developmental disabilities. At this time, I have the esteemed pleasure at this time to introduce our guest today, my co-worker. Y'all can't mimic my co-worker. She is the Senior Director of People Services here at Dr. Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy, and has a wealth of knowledge. A high wealth of knowledge when it comes to the special needs community and the team that she operates and oversees and the performance services for them. So, hey, without further ado, this is Miss Danielle Harris.
Hey.
Hey, thank you for coming. First of all,
Thanks for inviting me.
I know you went through some stuff to get here, so hey, you coming definitely show your not only versatility, but shows your understanding and love for what you do. We really appreciate it. Okay. So I love you to join me in this activity. I call it adjectives.
Okay.
I call it adjectives for autism. Let me give you a little description. I always like to list 3 adjectives that can speak to your current state of mind while on the journey or while caring and working with students with special needs. Your current. So I go first. So I have you think. So 3 adjectives. Right now, it's crazy. Today's Thursday. We are on to 3 days before BJ's 14th.
Wow.
So he had an amazing parent teacher conference yesterday. So first word that comes to my mind is inspired. He's a true inspiration to the family and show that, despite whatever he encounters, he looks to progress and growth. The second adjective I would say is optimistic, which is a truly challenging thing for parents and individuals who have loved ones with special needs. You got to stay optimistic. You got to keep that mindset because time will tell. Time will tell. And lastly, I don't think this adjective ever be, but not least, blessed. It's truly blessed to be here to speak upon the JCrew's journey and have a foundation where we can deliver this kind of content and be able to help and be meaningful in what you do. It's your time. Okay. 3 adjectives.
Spot.
Yep.
All right. The first one place to mind would be an adjective like rewarding. Okay. So definitely see the payoff in the work I'm doing. It's hard that been down here today.
You're doing a lot. So
and we don't give up on our food. The times may be challenging, but us having a good heart to heart, just me and one student today.
Yeah.
And we had our moment, but we had a good heart to heart to ask them a really good, very straightforward question that really threw me on.
What did he say?
He said, so between you're all smiling and you come to you and happy. Maybe not notice you never really smiling. Now the moment is like this stern face, very toss. Why did he say? Right? And I was like, okay. But it gave me a good opportunity to explain to him what he was doing, right? And how we're all doing, and this is how I'm acting, how I want to. So we gave each other praise. But I think that him asking that question and us being able to have that conversation, for one, shows how much trust.
Yep.
When we develop that relationship over time, just through this school. But then also too, right after we had that conversation, it goes spit out the gum. It spit out the gum. Like I was asking you 5 times before, right? Okay, let's go to class. He's ready to go to class. Okay, let's finish doing these math problems. He was ready to do the math problems. He was on point.
Yep.
So definitely it's rewarding. You got to put in the work.
Yep.
And you never know, you have those like bright moments that just come out. And I mean, kids will check.
They sure will.
Let's see, two more, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Another one would be, I'm gonna steal yours. I'm gonna say blessed.
Yep.
I think we're in a really opportune moment here at our school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Continuing to grow.
I agree.
And so I feel very blessed to be in the opportunity or in the space with leading people services here and being able to take the charge of what this is going to look like for special education and for mental health services, all of that, for our population of kids. And so a big part of the mission and a big part of why I'm here, I thought how cool, is because we work here with our kids. We like 98% Black.
Yeah.
And so I want the best program possible for our kids. So I feel very fortunate, honestly, and blessed to be in this moment. It's not like it's just been given to me though. It's been hard work for sure. And we have a really good, I think, talented team. And I swear to God, we go to these other schools and learn about their programs. I'm like,
Yeah.
Just went to a school. They don't have a psychologist there. They got to outsource, right? And I'm like,
It's psychologist.
yeah, she better tell you. She want to be here for our kids.
Yep.
So I feel very blessed and fortunate and fun job so much easier.
Nice.
Last one I'll say is I'm also in a moment of where I'm very like open, right? Because there's things that I don't know. I don't know everything. And especially as we can, we're growing. As an organization, there's things that I'm going to be faced with that I haven't dealt with before.
Yeah.
So when it comes to specifically working about children, not children with special needs, especially, I'm experienced to working with a certain population, and I think that's something. Definitely,
Hey, that was amazing. It sounds like you've been here before as far as our coverage of attitudes for autistic soul and special needs. But thank you for that as we segue into the resource hub of our show. During this show, we basically we go through anything that we want to share that's research related with individuals who have family members of themselves on the spectrum or who have developmental disabilities. For this one, actually, with you being the guest, the resource hub can kind of align with the topic of the day. So I know the topic of the day was post-secondary transition and college pathways for our kids and our individual adults, So we're going to utilize that also to intertwine the resource hub. So, hey, without further ado, the floor is yours. You hear those words, post-secondary transitions and college pathways, with some things and that you can, tell our audience and what's some actually ways you can direct them to make a decision on behalf of them.
For sure. So I think, let me just say this first. It is a really big passion of mine, is the transition from those two gaps. So from middle school to high school, so we call it that 9th grade shock, getting over that. And then going from 12th grade into actually whatever is the next path yes you get, right? I say that very strongly because everybody is going to college and that's okay. Now, so I'm saying first. Transition is, in our state, you start this at the age of 13, legally, when we're talking about transition services. Your schools don't technically have to touch that with your child until they reach 13. There's actually a whole process that we have to go legally with the state. It's called the PTP program that's on, where we go through series of surveys, series of going through what their educational plan looks like from here until they graduate, so on and so forth. And it's a part of the IEP that we have to document. But during that time, and in my eyes, that's 2 kids. And so, again, very blessed to be in this situation at this school where we working 6 to 12, 6th grade, 12th grade. So we can start early. So that's what
What's the PTPs, correct?
So, and they like, you know, I talk about this at different conferences and stuff. They looked at me crazy, like, oh, why so early? Because it's already the time to start talking about what are your interests, what are your dreams, right? Dream big, right? So, that's one big thing. I think that like parents need to know and to pressure from their teachers to start talking with the kid about what it is that you want to do after school. And then it's not just about like the whole IE program is not just about services throughout the day that you get time from the 8 to 3:30 that they pass out in classes. But a big part of it is about, well, it's our responsibility to make sure that they got what they need to be successful after school, after they graduate. So I would pressure my IEP teacher, right, to start focusing on that hardcore now with time, resources, right, opportunities that I get based off what you learned about. So if I learn further upstream in like 6th grade, right, about what this child is interested in, we could trial and error all the way to 12th grade, right? You may try some things. He's like, I didn't like that opportunity. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. What's next, right? But again, if you don't start, then the parents are putting the pressure on it. Usually the PTP, usually the transition services are like the last thing. That's one nugget I want to put out there.
That's huge. It's the holistic piece. Like, we can IEP and bit to death, but at the end of the day, when they're not in the care of others, how are we getting in tune, and how are we researching, and how are we not only navigating but taking the time out to figure out, hey, how can I set my love enough for success?
And that's something that we can't think about when it turned, 15, 16. It's time to think about it as early as possible about what is the thing, right? For children to be finding out. And, for some families, that's not very easy. And that's not an easy conversation, right? It's not easy to navigate, but it's definitely a needed conversation. So, there's schools out there. Right?
Okay.
So this is what I wanted to just bring up. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the fact that there are schools out there that do have really good programs for students with special needs. If you go to Madison, shout out to all the Badgers out there. If you're familiar with like the McBurney Center, that's at PW Madison. You go there with your IE documents and explain what your needs are. And then they set up the accommodations that they can in college for you. But, I think another thing that our parents, not all, some parents don't recognize is that it's up to you as a child to advocate for your needs of college. So it's not an automatic. You got to have your documentation ready to go up there. So what that means is...
And not to cut you off, I want you to remember your thoughts, but already knowing that, hey, the college is a business.
Yes.
And it's a business. So the more prepared you are with the question, concerns, and plan for your child, probably the chances of getting the results you want are high.
Much.
Okay.
And so what that means is back in high school, when it's time for that last IEP, to me, that's one of the most important ones. For one, they have to give your notice of graduation to tell you, like, the child is on track to graduate. Right? But the big thing about it is that's the meeting where you got to make sure that whoever's writing that IEP is writing it in the format that the colleges will accept the accommodations that your child needs. So, for instance, right, there's certain accommodations that our children receive in high school, but they're not going to get in college, right? But there are some that maybe are not good in high school, but I know it probably could help them in college. That means as the IT writer, I'm going to think about that when I'm writing that 12th grade IEP. Okay. So as the parent, I will make sure, right? Hey, teach, I could do whomever he's going to college, right? You need you to write this IEP because I'm taking this over to the first. Let's talk. Versus try to just get rid of services or saying, oh, you graduated from all this.
Okay. Hey, get your pen and paper out, everybody. Just some good stuff right here. That's if the school route,
That's the school route.
That's the advocacy and the verbiage and the actual deadlines and things you need to know at that last IEP. Very important. Yeah. Keep it going.
Okay. So this is just I'm gonna plug this idea.
Mhm.
We don't have this yet at our school. But I do want to plug this, and I am going to plug Dr. Howard further because I think this is going to happen. The whole process or idea of the transition to involves like life skills, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, when it comes to functional skills, when it comes to skills, like, can I brush my hair? Do I know how to take a shower? Do I know how to cook food? Can I make the bed? Things like that. And I feel like a lot of times at our public schools, we don't necessarily have places where you can practice that in-house. Right? So the concept and idea that go forward with is at the middle school and in the elementary, I'm not that with it. But at the middle school, for sure, to be able to set up a mock corner.
Nice.
And so some of our services and our time, specialized services, time spent with your IT teacher will be, we're going to the drawing room. Now we're going to learn about how to make the bed, right? We're going to the drawing room. Now we're going to learn about how to fold our clothes, right? Just some of those things that we can learn in-house that actually can be written in that.
There you go. And sort of put you in the mind frame that, not getting too many people out here. Kind of like, but not really moving that home ec class.
Home ec. Bring home ec back. Yes. So everybody be it. These kids can't.
No. Let me tell you about. I'm just big on the soft skills too. Especially, we're talking about individuals with special needs, but even in regular day of night, when it comes to their pathways, when it comes to now, it's time to, sell yourself. Right now, if you're an artist and you can draw like the beautiful pieces every time you pick up a pencil, pen, or paintbrush, but you cannot be able to have a conversation, or you can't, your body language is bad. You can't. Right now, the market is based off your soft skills. It's not. It's changed. It's went from what you can really do good to can you just have some. Right? So I think the mock dorm room, the home ecs, it really exploits and exposes how we can recreate those opportunities right now.
For sure.
Yeah, good stuff.
Mark question.
But I think the last question, because I always like to short, brief, to the point, and have the audience not overwhelmed, that they can come back and ask us. Last question. Okay. We got the program. I love the mock. I love the mock dorm room idea. Okay, college. This is it. Let's say the individual that's on the special or have disability or special needs, but you're a transition out of high school, but high school is show. But it may that 9 times out of 10 they're going to continue to need a level of support, like one-on-one, also through like living, through their daily living skills. But we still want to expand on, college might be too much. We want to expand in the daily living skills with some post graduating ideas or opportunities for those who fit in that stuff.
Well, since I'm in the high school room, I would say the first one that does come to my mind and that I could recommend from in certain cases was actually to extend the high school period part.
Nice.
So not, the IEP legally, so you can attend school each other term. And so you could have that conversation where you're like, yeah, you know what, you may not try to graduate, but you're not ready.
You're not ready yet.
So we're about to extend this month.
Okay.
Right? And there will come cases though too, you have to, but it's not a bad thing.
Nice.
And being able to then explore different classes, right? And ask the teachers to explore more like specialized services because now the pressure isn't necessarily about finishing your course load, right? But now let's focus more soft skills and stuff.
There we go.
So that's an option. And it's a comfortable environment that, your child is already familiar with.
Especially if you see growth, which good.
Yeah.
So, hey.
There's pros and cons, right? The con, of course, is, you hear it. It's another year in the same building. But if you're not ready, you're not ready. And, that's an opportunity to take that.
Yeah.
I will be honest, outside of like a college arena, I hear mostly from like my dad, my father. Cause he's a case manager. And he's familiar with with like a lot of all that a lot of his kids are involved in. He has one of his boys who has autism, and they are in touch on every.
Okay.
And have been able to stay in touch, even after the fact that like the contract, of the service that the child was receiving, was finished. So, he was in, sometimes it wasn't a wraparound. I think it was with Riverstone, was the name of the foundation.
Okay.
And it connected him with my dad, who was his mentor, who would go there and go at that. Just making sure that he had, everything set up in his living space. He was on his own.
Okay.
Everything set up with his funding, make sure like playing for his money.
Nice.
So I think Riverstone is a good one.
Okay.
But yeah, there's definitely different organizations that are going to work with kids beyond the high school years, and then within that transition into adulthood. Especially if it's a situation where your child is going to some type of like assisted living benefits.
Nice. Thank you for the info. I think that was mostly the info. Hopefully, if you want to check back in, feel free. Let's hear us info on deck, our info on deck, so we can expand upon what you just heard in regards to the postgraduate and pathway process for our individuals that are on the spectrum that have the developmental disability. All right, finally, one of my favorite portions of this show, I call it the JCrew salute. Yeah, the JCrew salute. It's a 3-step process. All we ask is individuals to I'm gonna do this first one. You could just, probably next time nominate.
Okay.
That's gonna be your task. All right. I'm gonna nominate somebody this time. Okay. So how it goes is it's a 3-step process. You subscribe to our channel, you share info from my FB IG sites, and then you just inbox us a statement of why this parent of guardian is deserving of this acknowledgement.
Okay.
All right. So next time it's on you, I stated on the show, so then we can put the person you give acknowledgement to. You can read it on the show and let them know. Today, the family I want to talk about, they actually are from here in Arizona. A very good friend of mine. I look at him like a big brother, nigga Osmonds. His name is Jermaine, white name Tiff. They had 2 amazing boys, Jalen and Janie, are on the spectrum. But let me tell you about this amazing couple. In regards to all the autism adjectives out there, they embody that. In regards to being optimistic, in regards to being able to be patient and also help others. Jermaine's been an outstanding, astonishing, actually God for me and my family, with his 2. Well, I know definitely Jalen being older than DJ. He always gives me the tips, whether from ABA through respite care, through walking recreational opportunities that we should keep BJ involved in so we can monitor his growth, even from medicine, and just they'll love that couple's level of expertise through their 2 boys, and they're passionate and their undenying determination. So, and I think Jalen has a job now. Jalen is on his way. He worked with James, Danny when he was at Dorf. I just want to give them their flowers right now, because every family that's in the spectrum need the options to kind of reach back to these and kind of say, without saying everything will be okay. Help us out in this direction. And I want to shout them out. right now, and then challenge the audience to get to something, they gravitate to someone like the eyes of who's going to be Central America, literally a centralized network of knowing who to get in touch with, who to talk to, who to get involved with when it comes to their loved ones and your loved ones. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to that couple and Ms. Harris. Thank you. Taking the time out your day. You're always welcome on the What's New with JCrew pod. All right. Thank you, y'all. See y'all. We're going on spring break. I'll see y'all after next week. Thanks a lot.